I'm Mufrat Aritra from Bimser International, and we are a passionate enterprise software maker, and we have been bringing the best solution ideas since 1998. And today I'm going to give you a demonstration of eBA, which is our enterprise business automation platform. And I have already logged into eBA using our admin account. And this is what the home screen actually looks like. And all these options that you are currently seeing on the screen are just shortcuts that you can customize. So for instance, let me show you how you can customize. You can just press the edit button here and you can select the settings and you can customize the color. So I kind of like this color, so I would change it to something else. So I would just press cancel. So I would like to change the color red from something else. So I would just press add, edit here, and then I would choose the settings button, and then I would pick any color from here. For me, I would just put it in a green color. So you can choose however you like to. You can just uh, pick like a yellow or something. For me, I would just pick the green and I would just pick a lighter green and then I would select it. And then when you press the apply button, it's going to turn into green. Here you go. As you can see, the green is turned back into the red is turned back into green immediately. And you can also add other shortcuts as well. So for instance, you can see like all these favorites, record management, you can add that shortcut here, and you can also add the application shortcut, and you can also add the messages over here. So if you press the messages and if you just press apply over here, see there's already the messages and you can put it anywhere. So you can put it on the middle, you can put it in here. For now, I'm not going to keep it here, so I would just press the cross button and it's gone. So now I'm going to show you all the other features, all of the other functionalities of eBA. So on the top right screen, you can see we have created a kind of like a navigation bar. This kind of is like the navigation bar where you have access to approvals. You can check all of your approvals over here, and we also have messages. You can check all messages, you can check all announcements, notifications, and you can even directly integrate eBA into Beam over here, or you can integrate the Beam into eBA, and you can also integrate the eBA into QDMS on top of this screen. So basically, on the top right, you have all these great functionalities, great shortcuts that you can use immediately just to do all these things. And you can also put settings inside the settings. You can change all these. Everything that you're seeing on the navigation bar, you can remove it or add it however you like to. And this is our delegations feature. And with this feature, basically the delegations feature allows the eBA platform to be used even when the user is not available. So whenever the user is not currently using the eBA, the delegation will still be able to handle all the documents or anything. It makes it still usable even after when the user is not there. So, and now I'm going to show you our modules, and this is the menu, and here we have all the modules of eBA right here. So we have extremely powerful workflow capabilities, and over here the dashboard gives you like a clear visualization of all that data that is relevant to you. So over here on the dashboard, but now I'm going to show you the workflow management first, because from here you basically get an overview of all the digital documents and forms over here. So this workflow management module is actually for executives who just want to take a simple look at these documents. But for people who need to create these forms or documents, they definitely require a larger access, a bigger or deeper access to the workflow management module. So for those people, you can easily gain that access just by pressing the application functionality underneath dashboard over here. I'm going to go over the dashboard, but for now, I would just like to focus on the workflow management module. So inside the application, you get like a bigger and deeper functionality of workflow management module. So for instance, if we go over the application, we can see forms from all the different industries, like executive project manager, you can see the job application process form, quality control form, products quality inspection report. You can see all sorts of forms over here and there. So I'm going to show you the job application form first. So if we fill it out, so for instance, if we select job application form, and you can just press the new job application form in here. So if you fill it out, you can. So let me just get the form first. So here you can see the job application form, and you can fill it out and send it. Whenever you send this form out, so when you press the send button, it will send, and it will send back to the workflow management module right over there. So you can basically just go to the workflow management, and you can basically just get access of all these modules. So for instance, whenever you send the documents, it's going to show up on the approvals where the executives can accept the documents or reject the documents. So for instance, over here, you can see all these documents are right there. So this is where one of the uh, job inspection report would show up. And if you are an executive, you can just select that document like this, and you can approve it or reject it. Let me give you a better view. Yeah, so you can approve it or reject it from this screen, or just from here as well. So it's up to you actually. Now I'm going to show you another type of form, because that form is mostly, it's more usable, I guess. That's like the expense form that I showed on eBA presentation. So I'm going to go on that. So it's inside HR, I think. Yeah. So inside HR, I picked the expense declaration form. So when I pick the new record, so 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 here it's still loading up. So here you can, so basically through this expense claim form, so this is the expense claim form that I used on my presentation. So through this expense claim form, you can press new records, and you can fill out the forms. You can add new expense claim report. Whatever you want to do, you can do it through this. But one thing I would like to focus on is this little bit, um, kind of like a navigation bar over here. So over here you can see all of your flow scheme. So when you press the flow scheme, you can see the flow scheme functionality. It's right over here, as you can see. And you can, I think you can make it bigger just by putting it. Yeah. So as you can see, this is our work scheme functionality, and this flow scheme functionality allows you to understand what would happen to this form after you send it to the executives or higher authority. So for instance, if we take a look at this form, you can create a document. You can create so this form is sort of like a document, and you create this document, and you set up a document ID, and you set up a manager, and then you send it to the manager. And when the manager, the executives of the higher authority, they would reject the document or accepts the document right over there. So when they reject the document, that document gets sent back to the user over here. The user gets a notification, and the user can later on send it back to the manager, fix it by fixing it, or they can just delete it. However they would like to do it, it's up to them. But if the manager approves the document, what happens is that whenever the manager approves the document, that expense, because we're using an expense claim record, it's going to ask for a amount, a price. So if the price is below 500, that document will automatically get sent back to the finance department, and the finance department would reject the document or send the document, or however they would like to do it. But if the amount is above 500, and let me make it more clear, the 500 amount is a default amount. You can change it to like 20,000, 30,000, however your company wants. So it's basically, this amount is going to be, if that amount is more than 500, or more than the amount that you set up on, that document is going to send to the president, because that's a very high amount, right? So the president would either approve the document or reject the document. If it rejects the document, then that's the end. So as you can see over here, flow end. So basically that document is dead by there. But if the president accepts the document, approves the document, then that document was going to be sent to the finance department, and the finance department would either approve the document or reject the document. And whenever they approve, so whenever the finance department approves the document, that file is going to send back to the PDF file, and that's how the whole processing ends. So this is how our so this is how our expense claim works. And through this workflow management module and workflow capabilities, you can control all of these functionalities. So for instance, you can just remove this whole finance department. You can just change the amount 500 from here. You can do whatever you want, but from flow scheme functionality, you will always have an overview. So you can always see whatever is going on through this flow scheme functionality. And you can also check for the flow history. So for instance, we have these two documents. So you can check whatever has happened on this document. You can control both of these features through flow scheme functionality and the flow history. So that's mostly our workflow management module. And now I'm going to show you our other modules. So first, I'm going to start off with our document management module. Through this document management module, you can create new library just by pressing this button. So for instance, you're already seeing so many libraries over here. So this is already a lot of libraries. You can just press the new library button and you can just create a document. So for instance, I'm going to create like a demo3 library over here. So I'm going to save it. And as you can see, the new library is created, and it's really so when you scroll it over, and it has like 30 pages, so 49 records, so it's hard to find that document. So with using our advanced search capabilities, you can just press the document name and you can just search for it, and as you can see, it's already right there. So whenever you press it, that's our new library. So inside this library, you can add new data, you can add new folders, you can add new documents, you can do whatever you want. For now, I don't want to do any of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also show you how you can delete this library. So for instance, if you press this button right here, it will just open it up, open the library up, and you won't be able to delete it. So to do the deleting, what you have to do is you have to press this select button over here. And when you select it, then you can delete it, rename it, you can compare it. I'm going to go over this library again, but for now, I'll just delete it. So yeah, I'm going to show you some other library because inside that library, there's no file. So I'm going to go inside the files library over here. So inside files library, as you can see, there are lots of files, lots of libraries, and lots of separate documents. We have PDFs, we have Excel file, we have docs. So basically, you can have any type of documents in here stored, and it won't have any access. It will always have an access. So for instance, on the demo testing library, actually this is a folder. So inside the demo testing folder, we already have the testing doc folder. So if you want to select, if you want to do anything with the testing doc documents, you just have to select this button first instead of pressing this button, because if you press that button, it will open up that document. So when you press this button, you can delete the file, you can rename the file, and then you can copy it, move it, you can create a shortcut on the home screen, and you can compare it to some other file. You can even set up, you can check for the properties. So for instance, let me just show you what the properties would look like. So over here, I press the properties, and you can see the general information is right over here, and you can change information inside. So inside the testing doc documents, the description is test doc. You can change it to testing doc 123 123, and you can just press save, and it's going to be saved like that. And as you can see from the description over here, it automatically changed into 123 123 over here. So, and you can also add securities. So for instance, if you don't want the download option to occur, you can just deny download over here, and people won't be able to download it. And after you deny the download, you can just save it, and that will stop people from downloading the file. Other than that, you can add new versions. Like you can, whenever you want to edit a edit the document. You can edit it inside a new version. When you can create a new version, you can download the file. You can send the mail to send the mail of this document to some other users. You can even create an external link. So you can check for all the histories. So inside the histories, you can see who has read the file. So for instance, we can see over here, many administrator has read the file, and you can see the dates. So all these dates will show you whenever they have read the file. So you will have full control over who's reading your documents and who's trying to get access of this document. And now I'm going to open this document over here. So I would like to focus that so this document is loading. So as you can see, we have two different versions, and you can check for all these versions just by pressing this version button. And these are like three versions actually, because version 0 is also another version. So these are also a version, three versions. You can add a new version and you can edit the file. You can check for contents. You can add a digital signature. You can do all of that. So everything that you're seeing right now, attachments, relations, you can do all of that without having any issues. But what I would like to focus on this part is that whenever you press the edit button, you can edit it like you do on Microsoft Word. So even though it's a doc file, you can just manually edit it. The only edit that you can make is by pressing the browse function. So whenever you browse the file, you can just select a different file and you can upload it, but you can't change anything on the store. And you can also scan the file. I think that's all I can say about the documents management module. And oh, and there's one more thing. You can add comments. So inside the notes, you can just basically add the comments over here. And because I have disabled the download functions, it's not going to work. You can send the file and you can publish it. After you're done with this document, you can publish it and you can send it to the executives or some other people. So this is all I can say about the documents management module. And now I'm going to go over the records management module. So I would like to say that the records management module has the exactly similar functionalities to the document management module. As I have said on the PowerPoints, that the only difference between the records management module from the documents management module is that inside the records management module, you have a time frame when that document is available. And after that time frame has passed, that document is gone. You can get access of that document. So for records management module, you can set up like a time frame. And after the time frame has passed, that document is no longer valid. So from through this module, you can have like records, but for a specific amount of time. And now I'm going to show you our dashboard manage module. This would be our last module that I'm going to show you. So with this module, you can create like a visual overview of your whole management system. So for instance, whenever you want a brief status of your business, you can just take a look at the dashboard. So for instance, over here, sales countries, this is one of our dashboards. So basically over here, you can just press the US states button and you can see all these maps, locations that we have currently. You can you can export it to Excel, you can export this map to a PDF, however you like. You can even put it as a full screen and you can see all all the map in a bigger radius. And when you press the toggle full screen view, it will show you a larger view. And I'm going to get out of the full screen right now. So and you can even refresh the maps. So if like anything is added, you can just refresh it. So right now I'm going to get out of this screen. And there's another thing I would like to say about the dashboard module. Yeah, sorry for not going over that. So you can design. So basically you can just you can just remove this map, or you can add something over here. You can increase length, you can decrease length, you can create a layout mode. You have all control over the map. And inside the employee cells, that I would like to go over. You can see all these tables that you're seeing in here. You can just design it. You can like remove this, remove that. You can add it, add some other maps. It's up to you. So however you would like your dashboard module to look like, it's up to you. So basically, however you fix your company, however you manage your company, you can just put like the visual overview. You can like put the main stuffs inside this dashboard module, and you can always just take a look at these main stuffs, and you will understand what is going on. But this is EBA in a nutshell, and you can let me know any questions that you have, and I will happily answer any of your questions. So this is Mufrat Moritra, and that's my demonstration of EBA. Thank you for listening to me.